I stopped setting goals. Well, more like I stopped writing down my goals because each and every year, anytime I write them down, I end up not doing them. So I started getting terrified anytime I had to write down my goals, and so I just stopped doing them. Let's start somewhere. What is a goal? A goal is an idea of the future or desired results that a person or a group of people envision, plan, and commit to achieve. People endeavor to reach goals within a finite time by setting deadlines. It totally at some points made me feel like I don't even know how to set goals anymore because I didn't know how to work hard to achieve them. And I come back to them, seeing them staring back at me. But I figured out the whole point about setting goals is about direction. So if I'm going to fold my arms and not try to find my direction in order to be able to achieve my goals, then I'm going to stay stagnant at one place for a very long time. So yes, I stopped setting goals, but here's what I did instead. Reflection. So I realized I was throwing a lot of goals into my basket without thinking about how not to blindly fall into unintended consequences. So reflection made it easy for me to know the goals I want to give more energy to and the goals from the past that I want to cancel out. Because most of the time we are setting very, very unrealistic goals and we are wasting our time, our money, and we just end up not even achieving anything with them. Because probably with our current circumstances, we are unable to really meet those goals and even go through the process. So I did a lot of reflecting back at all the goals that I've ever listed, and I take the ones that I don't really need to achieve right now, or I can push away, work on myself further in order to achieve them in the future. Next, I dumped all the goals that wasted my time, energy, and money. I had so many goals. I was envisioning, dreaming big, and just throwing everything in there. And I was telling myself I can do it, throwing myself challenges and trying to get on with them. All these were added mindlessly to my list, and I never ended up achieving any of them because there was just too much on my plate. So in this case, it was very important to separate my goals into categories. So looking at all my list of goals, I separated into the category of the most achievable, the almost achievable, and the less achievable. And then I will always start with the most achievable because obviously that is what I can give my energy to and expect something great out of it. Not to say to entirely delete your other goals, but then if there are really things you want to achieve in the future, you might want to keep them somewhere until they become more achievable, because that is the actual point here. I believed more than the possible outcomes, and sometimes we forget that there are so many people who have the same goals as us, but then they have different capacities, and we probably don't have the capacity to pull it off at the moment. So it is okay to put your bigger goals aside for now and then focus more on the achievable ones. As time goes on, your capacity enlarges, you're able to reach those big goals and then work on them and then achieve them. Believing in yourself is not the same as believing without proper action. Do not base your goals on what you see others do, but what you can do. Now to the next one, focusing more on achievable goals. So I started with goals that were generally more important to me, and then I planned ahead. I planned every goal, most achievable goals according to my situation, because sometimes we forget that the most thing we overlook is the most important, and that is planning. Because if you have goals and you're not even planning, even with the smallest goal, and you're not even planning towards it, how you can achieve it, how to make it more easy for you to achieve, then you're going to always be at one place. So even though I was focusing more on my achievable goals, I was planning very, very well towards how to achieve them, and I wasn't throwing everything on my plate. Usually I'll start with a simple mind map and then I'll just go with the flow from there and make sure that I do a lot of mental accountability as well, because usually when you write down your goals, you're forced to usually write down or track your habits in order to achieve those goals. But then that got very exhausting for me, and then I just told myself that no matter how many times this does not work for me, I'm just going to try to mentally keep myself accountable all the time, because it works better anywhere, any day at all. I don't need a board to remind me that I need to achieve a certain goal. In my mind, I know that I have these goals to achieve for this year, and then the whole planning towards achieving them is also a way to find myself on the back of the horse to get in the race. Not just setting goals, starting personal projects. So the most disappointing part of setting my goals is when I'm unable to achieve them. I've said that already. But anytime I open my journal and then I've written down my goals, this is mainly about writing down your goals visibly in your notebooks, right? So whenever I open my journal and I realize that I've written down my goals and then the boxes have been left unchecked, it is so demotivating. So I just found a way in order to be able to achieve these goals even better and then make these journeys more fun and exciting to embark on. So I thought to myself that these are not just goals that I want to achieve. I am starting personal projects. Now, the thought of starting a personal project in the first place, let's think of being in a big company where you're working together in a marketing firm or any firm at all, and you have a project. You know all the process that goes into it: researching, mind mapping, creating documents, and then also tracking your progress. All these things can make like a project very, very fun. And then also trying to color code your documents, all these things. So I now treat each and every goal with care and thorough planning. Even if I can't get all figured out at once, I try to have a mind map of what outcome I want to have. So if you need a whole journal to start a project, you need a few papers to draw mind map, you need colors to color code, you need a board to put it on, and you need like a plan where everything is linking each other, and that is going to make it more fun for you. Do it. If you need to wake up each and every day and add a little thing to your routine in order to make it more motivating for you to carry on, do it. Anytime I want to hit a fitness goal, right, I make it more fun. Instead of just having regular water, I will add some fruits into my water just to give it that like natural flavor. And it's just like, it's not something that you do each and every day. So it's like, this is so personal to you, because in return, you're getting the vitamins from that water as well. That is going to help to improve your health project. Now, these are the things that I'm talking about. Make each and every goal a personal project where you're putting in effort and you're making it more fun. You're making it more you add your personality to it. And so far as I have tried these things, I know it has been very, very helpful to me, and I think it could be for you as well. Now, the very last thing is to take all the time in the world. So even though I don't write my goals on a paper or in my journal anymore, I always make pieces of notes. Each and every morning when I wake up, I put on my playlist, I take my stick notes or just any paper at all, and then I write my to-do list. If I can't do that or I'm not in the mood for that, I have my Notion and I just write my to-do list on my Notion. Try to follow it throughout the day. If you've been listening to me until now, you know that you don't have to follow it systematically. If there are some things that you can get done earlier in the day and then they are at the bottom of your list, get it done. And if there's something that you need to get later in the or earlier in the day and then you can push it to later in the day, just do it and get it done. If there's some things that are just too much, if your list is too much for you and you think that you can push it to the next day, do it. Because the whole point of this is to make your goals more achievable, not to pressure you to just get them done. So do whatever you can, make this more personal to you, and then put your whole self into being able to achieve these things. But I truly believe in doing things gradually, in taking little minor steps. The most way I've been able to achieve a lot of things is taking very, very small steps. And as time went on, gradually I've been able to adapt to these things. It's very important to not pressure your mind and then pressure yourself, because you'd only end up with a burnout. That means that your goals are going to start looking too big for you, even though they might be very, very small things you can start gradually doing and get used to them. But then they might start looking very big for you because you're putting like endless pressure on yourself, and you don't really want that for you. Then again, I'm not saying that you shouldn't write your goals down on paper. You can take more mindful steps in how you're executing your goals, in like drawing mind maps. It can be digitally or on paper, or keeping yourself mentally accountable for each and every goal that you're putting down and then how you want to achieve them. Set your goals, get on with it, but then doing a lot more reflection and then moving on to focusing on the more achievable goals, and then also focusing on making your goals personal projects can be a very helpful thing, or can be helpful things to do. And I hope that this video was very, very helpful in order to get started and know that your goals are not bigger than you. You are bigger than those goals, and when you start today, you're going to get somewhere, and I hope we all win together. Thank you all so much for watching. Share in the comment section how you're going about your goals and how you're achieving them, or if you're struggling with anything at all. And I hope we can all help each other. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.